Welcome back to my channel, Capri Spilling the Tea Lifestyle Tips. And today we are going to talk about how we as human beings put too much value on money. So if you want to know my opinions on how and why we put too much value on money, keep on watching. So we just gonna jump right on in, and I look a little crazy because I was making some shirts in the office, but we'll get to that at a later time. We're just going to go ahead and jump in, and we're going to talk about the subject today. Now, let me tell you guys how I came across how I say we put too much value on money, and really money is easy peasy, Captain Deasy.
Or something like that.
So y'all know your girl like to watch the Dave Ramsey show. And the only reason why I really like to watch the Dave Ramsey show, because I feel like even with Dave Ramsey, I feel like people put too much of their, what's the word I'm looking for? People put too much of their, I'm going to find the word. They just put too much into Dave Ramsey. I feel like the things that he's teaching, our grandmama been teaching. And if not your grandmama, your mama should have taught it to you. Because, of course, everything starts from home. Now, if you weren't that kid that had that parental financial advice, I can see why you listen to Dave Ramsey. And it's nothing wrong, because I listen to Dave Ramsey. It's nothing wrong of getting a second opinion, because he is an older guy, but I do feel like some of these things, if you sit down and just meditate on it, it's common sense. So I was looking at Dave Ramsey on YouTube, and this lady called in, and she said that she wanted advice on how she would be able to teach her 2-year-old daughter the value of money. So I was thinking to myself, by the time your daughter becomes a teenager and need to know the value of money, I'm quite sure the world will have it figured out. But I understand where she was coming from, because everything is practically digital. But y'all know your girl love digital. Like, I came from the Flintstone ages with the paper and the pen, and that's all good, because if you go all the way back, when I was living with my mother in her backyard, yeah, I bought like 67 planners because I was just loving to write. I do like to write, but it didn't make no sense for me to have all those planners. But anyway, let's skip that. We're talking about digital value on money. So I don't want to fall off, so I made some notes here that we're going to talk about. Dave Ramsey came out and told the lady the truth. He was like, I really don't know how to answer that question for you, only because I think he has 2 daughters and a son, and he said he wouldn't really know how to answer her question because he always taught his kids physical. They would sit down at the table and they would balance a checkbook, and my mom taught me the same way. She sat down at the table and she taught my sister and I how to balance a checkbook. I think when I became a teenager, she showed us again, like, how to sit down and balance a checkbook. But in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, ever since I was younger, I was like, you know what? Money is nothing but numbers. Money is the same thing as $5, the number 5. $500, 500. So I'm thinking to myself, money is just numbers, but it's also like physical paper. So if you can balance money or numbers, and okay, I have $500, take away 2, that's $300. It's just money is numbers, if that makes sense. So when she came to ask him this question, in my mind, I was thinking to myself, you would teach your daughter the same way you would teach your daughter numbers. You do not actually have to have physical money to show her. Okay, if you have $500 in the bank and you take out $200, you only have $300. You could just say, like I said, money is numbers. And the reason why I feel like we put too much value on money is because people feel as if they have to have the physical money just to show a child, this is the way you balance your money. This is the way you're on a budget. So let me tell you guys how I showed my kids the value of money. I did not do it through physical money because, as you know, this world is changing. In a minute, we're not even going to have no physical money. Everything is going to be digital. There's not going to be no ATMs. It's not going to be no taking out no cash. If you want to transfer over money, it's going to be transferable. Let me tell you guys something. When I went to the bank the other day, I was depositing money. Now, let me tell you guys this. You know, when you go to the bank now, you don't go inside, you go through the drive-through. I was depositing money, but we have the 2 ATMs on this side, and you also have other people depositing and putting in money. When I deposit my money, there is no drawer that comes out and say, okay, this is Capri money. She's putting in $1,000. There's no drawer that do that. But there is your bank statement that says, okay, Capri's putting in $1,000. But then you may have Sue over here withdrawing $800. So do you really think that Sue has a drawer that says, okay, let me take out Sue $800? No. All that money is bunched in. They're keeping up with your money through what? Digital. Everything is digital. So that's what I'm saying. When you're teaching your children or anybody the value of money, just teach numbers. You're putting too much value on the dollar sign. Math, I never liked math in school, but I said, you know what? I need to know enough to balance my money. And that is the way I balance my money, and I teach my kids how to balance their money. My son is 17. He writes music, and he makes money off of writing music. And my son has an account. I can see everything because it's under mine. He has a savings account, and he also has like an actual account. In his account, he don't really physically touch money like that because, of course, you know, just like I said, everything is like, I'll transfer you this, Cashapp this, bank transfer that. Now, due to the fact that he is a teenager, he does touch a little bit of money, but not too much because, of course, you know, COVID's going on. You don't want to be face-to-face. So when he writes his music, they Cashapp him the money. My son ain't crazy. He knows, okay, my value for writing this music or whatever is $150. I want this MacBook over here, which is $1,000. Once again, not too much putting the value on money, but he knows I have to get this many clients and write this much music to get this much for me to get this MacBook. I mean, y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Like, I just feel like we just put too much value on the dollar sign. Treat it as numbers. And I'm not saying she's crazy for calling in saying, oh, how do I teach my daughter how, you know, what did she say? How do I teach my daughter the value of money? Easy. Give her, they have this new app called Go Henry. It's for kids. It shows kids, once again, it's numbers. Please, you guys, look it up. It's called Go Henry. You can go on YouTube and look it up and they give you like a tutorial. And on there, I know it has like, if you give your child allowance, you transfer the money. You give your child allowance and it shows you got $5 for sweeping the floor. You got $10 for taking out the trash. It's no physical money involved. But they know I'm getting rewarded. And when I take my debit card, I have how much? $15. Because I got 5 for sweeping the floor and 10 for taking out the trash. If your child knows how to add, subtract, divide, and multiply, which is all the things that they really need. All that other stuff, that Q over X, 10 over 5, I'm going to tell you something, I'm 35 years old and I ain't use it yet. All I ever used was adding, subtract, divide, and multiply. That's all your kids need to know. That is the value that they need for money. That is how you teach your children the value of money. Get them an account, put money in their account, let them work for their money, take them to the store, show them how much they got. When they swipe that card, guess what? Look at your balance. How much you got now? $0. Go try to buy something else, and what that card is going to say? Decline. So, once again, I'm not saying when she called in, it was stupid, what she was asking him. I just really feel like that was common sense as a mother. I don't know if she was a first-time mother. I don't know. And no question is dumb. No question is stupid. So please, you guys, don't go ham in the comments talking about she was just asking, no question. I know that. I'm just saying, like, we put too much value on it. We all know we need money to survive and live. But when you go to the bank, you don't have your own drawer that says this is Capri's money, this is so-and-so money. No, all that money gets stuffed in that drawer, and they are tracking your money through numbers. Money is nothing but numbers. So I hope you guys got something out of this video. I would love you guys' feedback, because I know I think one way and the world thinks another, and I am not the end all be all. I have just learned that having kids since I was 17 years old, and just growing up with my son and growing up with this different world, because let's be real, it's been a shift. It has been a shift, y'all. It's not the same. It doesn't feel the same. And if you look at these commercials, you will see that the world is slowly but surely changing. At one point in time, you can go get you a little bank account, but people were still taking out money. Now, not so much people have cash. You would ask someone, hey, do you have change for $1? And they're sitting there like,
no, I don't have change for $1.
And even when you go to the laundromat, because I used to go to the laundromat because I have a business called Big Deal Cleaning Services. Links down below if you're in the Charleston area. But even when you go to the laundromat, I used to go to the laundromat to wash like rugs and stuff like that, because I was not washing it in my machine. And now you can take your debit card and get you can take your debit card and get a wash. You don't even need change for it no more. If the machine is $1 to dry, you swipe your card, you press dry, and all it takes is $1. That is crazy. I mean, well, I wouldn't say it's crazy, because it's like, it's technology. Everything is slowly but surely changing over to the Jetsons. We're getting away from the Flintstones and we're trading over to the Jetsons. In a minute, you're going to go into these stores and you won't be able to find not one piece of paper, not one piece of pencil. You will not be able to find it. Now, that may be in 2050 when I'm dead and gone, but I'm just saying, like, the world is changing slowly but surely. It's becoming digital. So when it's coming down to how we show our kids things, y'all better get with it. Y'all better sit down and be like, you know what? Let me meditate on this before I ask anybody else. And once again, no question is a dumb question, but I just feel like you're putting too much value on the money. Sit down and think about it. You're going to teach her how to balance the checkbook or the value of money the same way as if it was physical money. She goes into a store. She got $10. She spent that $10. Guess what? You have nothing. So guess what you have to do? You're going to have to build that back up. You trying to save money? Well, you're going to have to transfer money over to your savings account. And that is the way I taught my son. My son knew when he went into that store and it said decline. And I love when that little machine makes that noise.
Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah. That means you ain't got no more money. Right? So anyways, just like I said before, let's get these comments popping in the comment section. Remember what I said. There is no dumb question. I just wanted to put this out here to see what you guys think. I love you guys. If you're anything spiritual, please visit my channel, Pisces Moon Goddess. I also have a shop. And just like I said, if you're in the Charleston area, I also do cleaning, Big Deal Cleaning Services. All links are below. COVID is still out there, so please wash your hands, your ass, and as always, love one another. Bye.